Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. Hey, babe, guess what?
My name is Brian.
And my name is Cora, and we will be your hosts today. Before we get started, we would like to remind any of you listening to hit the like button and subscribe if you liked what you heard and saw during this episode. Please make a comment in the show notes if you enjoyed this episode, and be sure to share it with your friends. So let's get into it, babe.
Let's do it.
So, this is episode 3, and we are going to be talking about
All kinds of stuff.
all kinds of stuff, but um,
In our podcast, we're going to, as we've mentioned in the other previous 2 podcasts, we're going to cover broad strokes of all kinds of things. We're going to talk about cakes. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about finances, real estate. We're going to talk about menopause. We're going to talk about all kinds of different things
because we're both
that
52
that we are experiencing, that we have experienced, that we want to experience, and then hopefully whoever ends up listening to what we cover and provide, hopefully we can help some people. Maybe you guys have had similar experiences. Maybe you guys have felt or thought the same thing. So we're kind of reaching out. This is our way to reach out and connect with people. And that's why we also encourage everybody to make notes and comments if you're able to or if you want to. And we'll certainly engage and try to do our best to respond to folks. And we'll have tons and tons of different, hopefully tons and tons of different podcasts on tons and tons of different subjects.
Yeah, totally. I think we have a lot to share because we've both been through so much individually and as a couple and as friends, and actually as the most recent couple. So after knowing each other for so long.
Quick recap. We covered a little briefly in 1 and 2. Cora and I have known each other for about 5 years. We dated really briefly when we first met online. I can't remember exactly how long, but it was kind of short. And then Cora was going through some divorce stuff, so she wasn't quite ready. So over that 5 years, we kind of stayed in touch off and on. And Cora was doing whatever Cora was doing and working on her stuff and trying to make progress and get comfortable with herself and her situation. And anyway, so recently in the last 8 months to a year or so, she's been more on Team Brian, and we decided to be a struggling work in progress couple. So we're going to make a go of it. We're going to do our best to create something happy and healthy and successful. And that's another big point of what these podcasts are about, is we kind of take our journey and walk through things. We're going to share it with folks.
Yeah, we're going to share our life with you guys. And we are long distance right now. So this is why Brian is in Arizona and I'm in Oregon. So let's start by talking about why we think we are attracted to one another. Because I think you want to be attracted to your partner. It could be spiritual, it could be physical, it could be mental, It doesn't always have to be physical, but for me, when I first saw you, I was like, oh, okay. And then we got to know each other and we clicked,
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know that many people can deny one of the first ways that you realize that you're attracted to that person. It's typically looks. I mean, most people don't know much about that person. Maybe they were friends first or something, but a lot of people, it's just you saw him in a bar, you saw him here, you saw him at church, you saw him at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
However you asked him out is however you asked him out. You see him online, you see a photo. So in most cases, I would say it's got to be a very large percentage of cases. People are attracted physically, and then if they decide they like the characteristics and traits and belief systems and whatever else about that person, then you try to carry it on and make something successful. So
yeah, because the dating apps, people catfish each other. You can make yourself look any way you want.
I could have been a catfish.
I thought you were.
I know.
I really thought you were. So I went on dates from Bumble, and Tinder, and people misrepresented themselves, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
happens.
yeah, this is back before there was actual, like, really good, like, apps for well, I never used it for, like, making yourself look different. So I just had to pick the best pictures that I could find to put out there because I wanted to look attractive, right? Because like this is
Yeah.
what yeah, we were talking about. So yeah, being physically attracted to the other person to me was important. I loved that you were over 6 feet. Sorry. And that you didn't lie about it.
Well, I'm not over 6 feet. I'm
Well,
6 foot.
at least 6. You know what I mean? Because 'Cause I'm not even 5 feet tall, so, it's like it's very nice to me, and, you didn't misrepresent yourself at all, you know?
Well, my photos look like me, right?
Yeah, and my photos looked like me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they weren't like 20 years old or 30 years old or
yes, in somebody's wedding from 1983. My
right.
god, where it's, like, grainy, but there's a shine because you took a photo of it, well, it's still in the photo album, and you still have your grandma in the
And they
picture.
still have hair and had a slim waist and
Or you you take a picture with your hot, like, daughter so that she can be in the photo, and it's like, "Oh, okay," and it's your poor child is on Bumble with you, and they don't even know I didn't do that, I'm just saying I've seen.
yeah.
It's just so funny, the whole dating dynamic, which is why I'm very, very happy that we have settled into each other and are a couple, and, we'll be living with each other in the future, so this is you guys can be part of our journey. Um, yeah, so being attracted, it's probably not, number 1 on everyone's list, but for me, I wanted to have someone that was easy on the eyes. I did, and I'm not vain or like, I wanted to be physically attracted, and when I saw you, out of everybody that well, the way I said that, it seems like I dated a lot of people, so I did. I went through, like, a lot of frogs to get to you. Oh my gosh. I have a funny frog story to tell you to share later. So when we talk about like our dating mishaps,
Talk about frogs.
yeah. Yeah, Billy the frog guy. I told you about that,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
probably.
God, that was just too much. That was too funny. Anyway, yes.
So
I
being
and
attracted to one another, I agree. I certainly want to for me it's important to have a certain amount of physical attraction to my mate and my partner. Um, it would be very hard for me. Um, I'm not even sure the most delicate way to put it. So the most blunt way to put it is if you were to gain 100, 200 pounds, I would still love you for sure.
I wouldn't love
But
me.
I absolutely would not be attracted to you because
I
I just
would
don't
not.
find that attractive.
Yeah, I would not be
So
either of those.
each person has what they desire, what they like,
Yeah.
what they enjoy. It's different
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
So for me, it was important, just like you stated, it's important to me to be physically attracted to my mate. I want to be around them. I luckily, I mean, I found you, and I think you're hot. I think you're super attractive. I go through the list
Oh.
all the time about your hair, your face, your lips, blah blah blah. I mean, so for me, I feel very lucky and very fortunate. But also, to a degree, in my opinion, um, to stay attractive for your
Yeah.
mate
Yeah.
is a conscious decision.
Yeah.
I think we're going to touch on this later, but I think a lot of people in our age group have given up and they've gained weight and they all have a belly and they don't work out and
We're
maybe they're
52.
successful in their job or whatever else. And I can tell you if I lined up 1,000 people in our age group, a good majority of them are not going to be in any kind of physical shape. they're not going to be very healthy. They
Yeah,
probably
it's,
drink too much, probably eat too much, et
you
cetera, et
know,
cetera. For me, it's a
we're
respect.
yeah. I think if that's what you want and you're I mean, because a lot of people, it's like, we reach the age and like we're 52. Kids, you don't have kids, but I do, and I'm a grandma, and it's like you kind of get you're like comfortable because you're like, oh, it's like God, it was exhausting raising kids, you know what I mean? So you're just like, woo, just let it go, and party with the neighbors and all that stuff. And I trust me, like I love to have a drink. You already know this, but it's like I've switched my mindset to I want to start taking care of myself, self care for me, and everybody has their different versions of it. Self care for me is losing my menopause weight because I've gained weight because it's been rough. Um, taking better care of my skin and my just my mental health. That's you know, and so I think everyone has their version of self care, but because of you and I as a couple, these are the things that we require from each other that I don't say we require, but I think of ourselves so we can be respectful to our partner and be like,
Yeah,
because I want to be like sexy to you. And for me, I know that the extra weight I've gained, it messes with my confidence and but and I'm like, okay, I need to like step it up, but you've always taken care of yourself and you're so regimented and you're so disciplined. And this is something else we're going to touch on later because Brian is going to create a workout plan and a nutrition guide for me. And then when I have the results for you guys, we can share it because to show that it works, you know?
sure.
And the thing is, it's not anything that's like magic. It's like, it's just old school. Um,
There's no magic pill.
yeah, there's,
You
and
got
for
to
me,
put
the
in the
thing
work.
is, I'm going to have you as my accountability partner. So I, you know, it's for me, I think that's what I need. Someone pushing me.
Well, as we've talked about before, your personality type is you're the personality type that needs to be coached. My personality type
Yeah,
is I'm the coach.
you are the coach, babe. Okay. I think
Well,
we,
is there anything more that we want to touch on in that? So being attracted to one another, couples in general, making sure or at least trying to do your best to be
yeah,
attractive to your partner, whatever that means to you guys. To us, what we're trying to drive home is, we want to be healthy people.
yeah,
Um, and most people, I think, understand what healthy means. We're not going
yeah,
to, I'm not, I know Cora says I'm regimented and disciplined and all that stuff. I still eat cake. I still eat boxes of
yeah.
donuts. I still eat chips. I
Yes.
still go and have a steak.
You love cheeseburgers, and it's like,
I
yeah,
love pizza. I love to
yeah,
eat. I'm super excited for when Cora and I live together because she loves to cook and I
and bake.
love to eat. So,
And we're
uh,
gonna highlight. We're gonna show those.
and
We're
a
gonna
good
show.
portion of why, well, for me, the gym is kind of, it's very therapeutic. So it's a good place to decompress. But also, I prefer to look a certain way. I prefer to have a certain physique for my partner. I mean, the bottom line is, and you may, if depending on how many podcasts we do, but you'll hear me say this probably tons of times. You want to look good naked. So when I'm with my partner and we're getting down, I want her to think I'm sexy and everything's good to go.
I'm
So
sorry.
that's what I try to do. One,
Mm-hmm.
because I enjoy it. Two, because I want you to enjoy it, right? There's a certain amount of respect. There's a certain amount of you want to enjoy what you see. So
Yeah,
we'll work at it.
yeah, and I think since the beginning, there's been kind of a very it's like kind of this unsaid like there's a draw that we have to each other. We're drawn to each other, and it just clicks for us. we're very different people, as you guys are going to find out, but we love each other and we're very drawn to each other. We really do have like the same values, and we, we graduated the same year, born the same year. And so we really get each other for like, there's no like, he gets different things and I get different things. So for us, it's exciting.
Well, we talk about a lot. It's hard to put into words exactly. I try to explain this to you early on. Whatever you want to call it, I'm just going to call it chemistry.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The chemistry that we have is pretty incredible, and I've watched and observed many people in my lifetime. In 50 years, of course, I've seen plenty of marriages come and go, and I feel very blessed that Cora and I have whatever this hot chemistry is, because I watch a lot of people and they don't have it. So I know plenty of people are resigned to have sex once a year on their birthday or whatever else. That's not going to be us.
You're going there. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's part of being
No,
attracted,
you
right? I
are
mean,
very,
I think you're hot and
like,
sexy. I'm going to want to have sex with you. That's part of it.
yeah, we enjoy each other. Let's just say that a lot.
Let's say that.
So like a lot. So my kids can't watch this episode. They're going to be like throwing up left and right. They're going to be disgusted.
There's a reason why your youngest has babies. She knows about sex.
Exactly. Okay.
So
move along.
Let's move along and see if we can maybe touch on the importance of what you think, your opinion, your definition of a loving partnership and what it takes to contribute to that.
Oh, wow. I wasn't ready for that question. I am still working on myself. I know that in the beginning of our relationship, you got me this one book.
Love languages?
The 5 love languages.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I was so reluctant to read it. Remember? I had like an actual fit. It's like, I don't want to read this. I wasn't ready. And I feel like, I was still going through a divorce and I felt like I didn't even know. I was really messed up. Let's just put it that way. And I was very rude to Ryan, and he was trying to be loving and kind, but it's like I wasn't in the right headspace. I was going through so much. But he kept trying, and he did. And I did take the test, and what is it?
Physical touch.
Acts of kindness. Like, services.
Acts of service.
Yeah. That's like what I like acts of service. I do. So when you do tiny things for me, it's like, oh my God, tiny or big, big or like tiny things. So
yeah,
it's a big deal to me. Like all the other stuff, that people who like gifts and stuff like that doesn't matter to me. It's the acts of like service. And yours is, I think, the
quality time and physical touch.
Yeah, physical touch, I was going to say, and quality time. Yeah, I like the quality time too. Yeah.
Those are big ones.
Yeah, so back to your question. I think you need to really, for me, I'm working on healing myself so I'm not such a hot mess. I feel like if you want to get into a loving, serious relationship, like be ready, I'm not saying everyone has to be like mature, emotionally, to know how to emotionally regulate, but I'm learning that, and it's not easy because I'm 52. I never knew those two words went together. I didn't know that was a thing, because I always, and my sister and my kids can attest to this, that I would kind of throw a little shit fit until I got my way, like an actual toddler, like my granddaughter.
Oh, I know.
And so the question, like, I don't think I can fully answer it because I'm still learning right now. Like, I'm learning what I can bring to the table. And I know that you value honesty and participation and willingness and like kindness to your partner and spending quality time.
But we're not asking about me. I mean, I can answer my own. The question is for you.
Oh, what
What
I
do
want
you
from me?
think? How do you define a loving partnership? And to
Um,
you, in your opinion,
I feel
what do
like
you
I'm in
need
the
to bring
hot
to the
seat.
table to contribute to that?
Um, I
It's
think
an
I just
opinion.
answered that.
We're not doing science papers here. We're not going to be graded. It's just your opinion.
Um, I feel like I just answered it.
Okay.
Like the things that I listed about being loving, kind, respectful, honest. Um, I feel like small, endearing things are important, you
Yep.
know? Like when you see a like I hate to say, but like a flower on the side of the road, like you stop and get it. Just something like, or like you knowing my favorite coffee order at Starbucks or whatever, things like that. Those
Hmm.
tiny little minutia, those details, and when you combine it with the acts of service part, which I don't want things. I think it's just to shows like the effort and the care because I think I constantly care and take care of people my whole life and still am. That I feel like I don't like I never like I just don't receive it. Like I never do until like I'm with you and we spend time together and my girls do it for me like every once in a while, blue moon. And I find like I don't expect something, but I'm saying it's always surprising and delightful when it happens. And it's just always the tiny things
Hmm.
that really touch my heart. It's not some big grandiose gesture. Um, it's those things are kind of like, in my past, you have to question, what is this gesture for? Um,
Yeah.
so what is it for you if I have to ask you the question? Like,
So a loving partnership to me. So a loving partnership to me. So it depends on how you define love, right? So love to me
yeah,
is not a feeling. Feeling is a byproduct of love. To me, loving somebody is action.
that's
Loving
true.
somebody is something that you put into play. It's not something that magically comes down from the heavens and somebody waves a magic wand and I'm in love, which is why so many people are divorced because they're saying, oh, I fell out of love. Well, you didn't fall out of love. You just quit working on it. And the reason you quit working on it is because you're bored or upset or whatever reason. And
Yeah,
I'm not saying all people, I'm not saying all people, but a
yeah,
good majority. Um, a good majority of people just get in a rut and they quit working and then I'll wake up every morning and say, man, I'm going to show this person that I love them, that I care about them. So to me, a loving partnership is two people that come together and they're not always going to get along. They're going to fight, but they're going to learn how to fight fair.
yeah.
They they're going to wake up every morning and do their best to contribute to that partnership. And when one falls down, the other one gives them grace and understanding and patience and forgiveness. And when they aren't doing as well as they could do, you support them, you coach them, you motivate them. So to me, a successful partnership is always going to include good, clear, concise communication. You don't have to be perfect at anything, but you have to be willing to try. So I don't know how to do everything, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I don't have
Mhm.
all the answers, but I'm willing to go find them. I don't have all the solutions, but I'm willing to work at it.
Yeah,
So I think willingness is key. You got to trust. You
trust.
absolutely have to work on building trust with that other person. And then, of course, you certainly want to, in many ways, um, hold that other half in high regard and high esteem and almost want more for them than yourself because it's relationships are very selfless. in many ways. You always have to take care of yourself, of course, but relationships involve a lot of giving, understanding, patience, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of that involves selflessness instead of selfishness.
Yeah.
So I think that, to me, contributes to a loving partnership. And I think what you've got to bring to the table is you got to bring commitment. You got to understand what commitment is.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that, man, there's going to be a day that you're going to want to kick me in the nuts, and I'm going to want to, smack you across the face because we're going to be so pissed at each other.
That.
It's going to come along. That's what happens to people. People get pissed.
It's not like we're going to ever physically do that.
So we were going to do it. I said, you're going to feel like it. So when we get mad, you've got to learn how to get mad, and you've got to learn how to solve it anyway. You've got to learn how to get mad and love the person anyway. You've got to learn how to have an argument and have it in a loving way.
People are going to learn
you got to learn how to self-soothe. You got to learn how to approach conflict and approach friction and manage friction and come out of friction and conflict successfully. So, you got to have all the repair attempts and all the things that a lot of the professionals preach. If I make a mistake, I got to own up to the mistake. If I need to apologize, then I should apologize, and it should be a good, sincere apology. And you want to be authentic. You want to be real. You want to be as forthcoming and truthful and honest as you can. So I think if you bring all of those traits and skills to the table, I think you probably have a pretty good chance at a successful relationship. And the biggest part is you've got to just every day, just not quit. Every day you got to work, and you got to be willing to work and work hard.
Yeah. Yours is very good. I just want to go back to what you said, slap me in the face. Let's not say that, because that's not like, I don't think I've ever heard you say that. I'm going to get kicked in the balls.
I didn't say I was going to slap your face. I said we're going to be so mad that we're going to feel like it.
I know, but that's not something I want to
okay.
Put out there. But anyway, this is going to be in the podcast, so it is what it is. No, that was a very, very good answer. And
so what are you drawn to?
What am I drawn to for you? Obviously, physically, when I first met you, yes, 100%. Everyone has what in their mind's eye, what is they're attracted to, what's their taste, and I already told you this, that movie 16 Candles, there was Jake Ryan, and he's so dreamy, and we're all in love with him as teenagers. I'm sure you were too. I'm just being funny. So when I saw you, I was like, oh my God, he reminds me of Jake Ryan. For me, it was like checking all the boxes off. In my head, I was like, just checking them all off. And what am I attracted to you?
What are you drawn to?
What am I drawn to? I really when I'm around you, I really feel very safe, and I feel at peace when I'm with you. And I'm drawn to, there's something about you that's very even keeled, and there's no, and you put up with me, but I'm just drawn to your, no, I'm drawn to your, to me, you're very mellow. And I know, we'll talk about our past and stuff, but I know that wasn't you in the past, but to me, it's you're the most calm person that I know. And even in the eye of a storm, you're so calm, and I'm the storm. But yeah, I love so many things about you, that you are such an avid traveler. You've been around the world so many times. I love that you know yourself and you're so honest. I used to drive me nuts, but I appreciate it so much now because there aren't people like that. And I 100% love that you are disciplined and take care of yourself and you're financially literate, these things, you really had prepared yourself for a partner. And I never even knew like that's what people do. For me, before I
Because a
met
lot of
you,
people don't.
yeah, before I met you, every day was survival. Every day was a different person I had to be to survive the day. And so um I didn't know, we talked in the last episode about goals and I didn't know that couples had goals. I did not know. So I love that you are goal oriented and when you set one, you go and you achieve it. I love that you love me and that you're attracted to me.
Well, that's certainly something to be drawn to. Sure. Yeah. I'm drawn to somebody that loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
for
love
me, I think I'm a very man's man kind of guy. Maybe very safe to say I can be very rough around the edges, pretty forward. Just kind of see what you see is what you get. I don't play a lot of games. I put all my cards on the table right away, and if you like me, you like me. And if you don't, you don't.
I think you
I'm
rub people the
fully,
wrong way. Yeah, they can't read you, like your friend said.
yeah. I'm fully aware that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm totally fine
And
with
you're
that.
fine with that. I love that. That's the part I love.
Yeah. Not everybody's going to get me. That's fine. Not everybody's going to understand me or appreciate me. That's fine. So I think for me, if you read through some of the data and through some of the professionals, they assert that we are seeking our counterpoint, right? So I'm very male. I'm going to seek somebody that's very female. So to me, I'm the more harder edge side, and you're the softer side. Which, to me, of course, if for all you out there that believe in the Bible and are religious or whatever, I mean that's how it's supposed to be, right? There's supposed to be the balance. The reason we're made differently is we are supposed to come together and balance each other out.
Yeah, I believe that.
So I absolutely appreciate and am drawn to that. Cora is very motherly. She's very nurturing.
Yeah.
She's very soft that way. Um, when she chooses to be, she's very kind, very loving, all of the things you would want uh,
When I
in a beautiful woman that typifies and defines a woman. She's very curvy, she's very beautiful, she's very feminine. Um, and all those things I'm very, very drawn to. I think her character, her sense of humor, um,
I'm funny.
the way that oh, absolutely, you're an absolute riot.
I
Uh,
am.
I I'm affirming that absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I think uh, as we have grown together, another part that I'm very drawn to is if you see us together, we are very good together. When she decided she was on Team Brian, I mean,
People
we
are
were
gonna
with
come
my
at us.
family, and I'm the oldest of 7 kids, and so my family's like, oh, you guys get along so well, and oh, you guys this and that, and that to me is amazing. I love to have that good dynamic. I love to have that fun, that free spirit. Um, just all the things that go along with meshing well with your mate. So I'm certainly drawn to that. When we're good, we're super good.
Yeah. And we have yet to show everyone our journey of when we move in together, when we get married. We're not even engaged yet, but we're talking. You guys were
It's
52.
coming. It's coming.
You know what? There's no pressure, but it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm
No
not gonna.
pressure.
There's no like giant wedding. Like there's no like. This is a. We love each other. We want to be together, and it's very easy. Oh, someone's trying to come in here. Hold on, I'm
Can I
gonna
pause
pause
it?
it. Hold on. And we are back.
And we're back.
We just had a
So
little snafu.
real life happening.
My granddaughter was trying to get into my room, and then my dog freaked out. So it is what it is. It's probably going to happen a lot while we're doing this. So, what are we talking about? Look at my
Talking
menopause
about what we're
brain.
drawn to.
Yes, I'm drawn to.
Yeah,
you were saying how I'm feminine, and you're, yeah.
I think that's a healthy dynamic to have. I think when men are allowed to be men, that's what they're supposed to be. That's how we were designed. And a woman is allowed to be a woman. I think you have a very incredible, very magical partnership. So
yeah,
I think that's one of the things I'm very drawn to about you. From my perspective, you're very, very female, very feminine, you tell you are a woman. So I definitely appreciate that about you, and I am drawn to that for sure.
Okay. Thank you. And
Well,
you already know that I love looking at you. So I appreciate how hard you work. And you're very easy on the eyes for me. I find you very handsome. And
that's good that I found the one person that does.
stop it. You guys, he has ex-girlfriends knocking down his door. Come on. Anyway, let's.
So why don't we kind of move and transition to our age group? We're in our 50s.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit yesterday about goals. We've kind of touched today on physical appearance, wanting to be attractive to our mate, to want to stay healthy, to want to maintain a certain appearance for our partner. I think it would be very safe to say, and we might have even touched on this earlier, people in our age group, a lot of people in our age group have given up on their appearance. A lot of people in our age group have given up on relationships.
Well,
they've kind of given up in general. Would
well,
you agree?
maybe, yeah, but I feel like we shouldn't, if they just decide to be comfortable and not, want to have to look hot anymore. Like, I shouldn't say that, but we're not all going out to nightclubs wearing like skimpy dresses anymore. Like I tried to do that like 5 years ago, and I'm not there anymore. Like I'm comfortable being like growing up and being more like
well, to each his own, right? I mean,
very,
I'm not
yeah,
I'm not
which is
trying to
this is what
state
I'm
that
trying to
my
say.
opinion. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to state that what I think and what I find attractive is what everybody thinks and what everybody finds attractive.
yeah,
But this is your and my talk, so this is what we're talking about. And for me,
yeah,
as I watch a lot of people in our age group and I hear them talk and
yeah.
I watch them go downhill, you can see that they, in many ways, have just kind of relented and given up.
Yes. And it's hard though, because life gets to you, life catches up, life is stressful. And um look at me. I'm a snacker. I'm in menopause. And so like this like when if I'm not eating properly, I'm gaining weight. That's what I'm doing. And if I'm not moving, I'm gaining weight. And so you get to this point in your life where if you haven't done the work before, like you have, like you saw it coming, you knew that you had to take care of yourself because as you get older and you age, it's like it's going to compound if you're not
Harder. It gets harder as you
already.
get older.
So it's harder for me right now to lose the weight that I put on because I have menopause weight on top of that. And so it's hard. It's like, and then so you're in your mind, you're like, it's like whatever, you're happy and you got your Netflix and your chips, and trust me, I love that.
Well, and it's funny me too to hear.
I love it.
And I've heard every excuse in the book. So when I used to train people, in
Yes.
many different regards. I was a rifle and firearms coach. I used to be a personal trainer. I've trained people. I've been in
You still
management my
are.
whole life. So I've trained people. I've
Mhm.
trained people.
You do.
So it's interesting to hear all the excuses and to hear, oh, I don't have time. Oh, I don't have this. Well, the kids that. Oh, this and that and the
It's
other.
me.
It's it's interesting to me because I can easily, and I have done this many, many times, dissect it and go, well, you could this, well, you could that, and you could. And so you see them as you erode and erase all the excuses, not the reasons, the excuses
Yes.
why it doesn't get done. It's just excuses. And that's what we do is we pile up all the excuses one on top of the other of why we can't. And oh, there's this. No, if you make it a priority and it's important to you, you're going to do it. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
So um, we, as a couple, um, me for sure, I've kind of always made it fairly important, and I'm no bodybuilder, I'm no Adonis or whatever else, but I try to keep a certain physical appearance that's
Yeah.
what I consider to be acceptable and what
You do
Cora
very well.
enjoys. So
Me
as a
too.
couple, we're gonna try our best to try to stay active, to try to eat fairly healthy, to try to stay regimented and have a routine and not make these excuses
Yeah.
and go to the gym and do healthy things.
I'm excited.
But that's also going to make it available to us, more available, right? If I want to eat a whole cake, I can eat a whole cake.
I want to
I mean,
make a
it's
whole
not good for me, of course, but
yeah.
I mean, I've told you 100 times, I'll go buy myself old fashioned glazed donuts, eat the whole box.
Oh God.
I love them.
If I do that, I'm gonna be in a I mean, that means I am in a depression spiral if I eat a box of donuts since like something happened.
Not
Sorry.
me. Just me. It just means that I opened the box.
Shit.
Oh,
For
box
me,
is
if I
open.
eat a whole
Donuts
box,
are gone.
something literally like what? You're not gonna hear from me for a couple days. I'm gonna have like when it dries up on you, I'm gonna have sugar in my hair. It's
Well,
like,
but as we've talked about though, if you take my general routine, would you agree? It's very safe to say that probably 85 to 90% of the time I do fairly healthy things, right? I mean,
you
my
do.
general daily routine's pretty healthy. So then on the
It
weekends
is.
or whatever other time I want to go screw off or do something that's
Yeah.
uh,
Your cheat day.
maybe not the best, who cares, right? Because I'm still going to go to the gym 5 or 6 times a day. I'm still going to do my 2 to 3 hours in the gym total. I mean,
Holy
whatever
shit.
it is. So if
3
I eat my
hours.
box of donuts, it's no big deal.
Oh, no. I mean, listen, I love dessert. I love making dessert. I love baking. I love like, it's so funny when you could drive down the street or something and certain signs will pop out to you like whatever like signage. The one thing that I can spot from a mile away is the word bakery. I'm like, "Oh, there's a bakery down there."
Got like the bakery radar. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Like literally it's like a neon sign. It doesn't matter. I can see a bakery a mile away. Oh, there's a bakery. There's a bakery down there. Sorry. That's how much I love desserts.
Yeah. Well, and you said you like to bake it too, right?
Yeah, I do. I
Or you
do.
like to bake.
I do. I love, I like to cook some meals but I enjoy baking and it's fun to me to do with my granddaughter, so I love it. Um, Funny, there's a lot of crazy stuff in this episode. I tell my kids not to listen to it. But yeah, I think being in our 50s, and I'm a woman, I think when you're in
What?
menopause, when you're in menopause, it takes a whole different toll on your body. And mentally, it messes with you so hard because remember when I had COVID last year and I had brain fog? It was really bad, you guys. I couldn't even walk up the stairs. I mean, I know that's not part of the brain fog, but did I forget how to walk up the stairs? No, I physically couldn't walk upstairs. Plus, I forgot my oldest daughter's middle name. And so I had COVID and I was reading like, okay, I have long COVID, and I couldn't taste. Oh my gosh, that was so freaky. But that lasted maybe, wasn't it like 2, 3 months? I think it was like
It was a bit. It was a
3 months.
stretch. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. the being out of breath thing was trippy. But then after that, I noticed I'm like, wait a minute, this brain fog thing is lasting. All the other things went away. And I'm realizing that it is menopause brain or whatever, brain fog. And
Yeah.
it's bad. It's so bad. Like to get through the day sometimes, it's a struggle. And I told one of my girlfriends about it, and she's 44. Maybe she just turned 45. About it, and she looked a little bit scared because I
Well,
was explaining. Me and
you
this
and my
other gal
sister
was.
were talking, right? Weren't you and my
uh,
sister talking in Grand Cayman about all the
yeah.
different?
Oh, we were both talking about menopause, and everybody's probably like grossed out by us. I don't know, but you know what? I This is my age. I can't act like I'm in my 20s or 30s anymore.
You can, but I don't think that would be
I
a good
can.
idea.
I have my daughters, they're in their 20s. I don't need to be in my 20s anymore. I'm 52. I have a man who loves me and is attracted to me, but my body's going through these different changes. And I'm really happy that you're very supportive because sometimes it's like unbelievable. I'm like, whoa, this is weird. This new thing, it's like there's always a new thing. And then I look it up right away and I'm like, it's on the list. It's on the list. I found another one last night because I'm like, oh, my neck hurts. I was like, oh, with menopause, you can get neck pain and jaw pain. But I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that what you do for women having heart attacks?
Heart
And
attack.
so I look up, um, do menopause and heart attacks in women, like, do they have similar symptoms? And it's like, yes, they're all the same symptoms. I'm like, oh my God, what is, like, I won't know. I won't recognize. This is why a lot of women don't recognize when they're having one,
Yeah,
because you think you're just like, it's regular. And I think a lot of women kind of just like
that's no fun.
kind of power through it.
No fun.
No. And
But hey, back to the topic. I'm attracted. I'm attracted to you anyway.
oh, thank you. Thanks, babe. You're so sweet.
So what do
Okay,
you think?
so
Do you think we covered it all or no?
I think we did. And you know, we I think what we talked about covers, like, what it takes to have a happy, healthy relationship. I think we can expand on it in another episode.
Oh yeah, we could
But
talk about it for hours and hours and
yeah,
hours.
yeah, many. You could probably do like a series. I say this for like every episode because we're starting. And that would be fun to, like, because you want to keep it kind of like in order and so people can like get good advice from it and
Well,
things that
whoever's
we've learned.
watching, just leave a message or something in the comments if you want to
Yeah.
talk about something more. If you want to, if you're going through something, or if you're experiencing something or struggling with something, leave it in the comments. We'll try to cover it.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's it's only going to get better from here. So,
We'll talk it out.
yes. Okay. Well, I guess, we can wrap it up here. And
All right. So I guess what we'll do is we would like to thank all of you for watching and listening to us today. For those of you that would like to get in touch with us, we will link the different ways to do so. And feel free to leave us a review, as we were talking about. If you want to leave comments or things you want to talk about, feel free to do that. Don't forget to follow us and show us that you like us. Hit the like button and make sure you follow us so you can stay up to date on the latest news and episodes. Thanks for sharing in our journey, and we will see you in the next episode.
Yep. Okay. I'll see you later, babe.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.